Alright, this is the 8th showcase commentary video, and I'm using him in the Brothers Chaos. So, 8 is really fun. I can't really stress that enough, like he's probably the most fun characters I've played. His design is extremely good, like he's the definition of a high risk, high reward character. And you are going to have to pay very close attention to what the enemy is doing in order to manage his counters. He's also, of course, a little bit RNG heavy because he's a counter-based character, but he doesn't have a taunt. So if the enemies don't target him, it's not really that helpful. Like, I have uploaded a Rosa video, but the thing is, like, I actually got in a few runs where the boss did not target him at all, which is rather disappointing at times. But yeah, I already explained his base kit in another video, like probably the Formix article or just the rambling about this teaser video. Basically, when he has the EX buff on, he can dodge and counter, and his counter is ignore defense, 8 hits. It's pretty good. He's HP plus, well, the light speed jab variant of it gives 80% defense down. I think you're gonna see right here. No? Okay. Right. Right there is that both the brothers are targeting 8, but then previously he only had 1 turn of buff on him for the evasion. So if he runs out of this turn, he can't dodge. So his additional ability gives him extra turns on his buffs. That's why I use it there. But right now, I'm pretty sure I'm using the light speed jab here, and that's the 80% defense down. It's pretty potent. Yeah. So he's really fun. The reason why I'm using him in Brothers is because while they are immune to taunt, they automatically targets the party member with the lowest HP after their recast ability, which means I can manipulate them into hitting 8 pretty effectively. But here, in the first phase, it's pretty RNG. This one I actually got very lucky that they targeted 8 a lot, and I was able to get it done pretty easily. 8 might have a longevity issue. I haven't actually run into it yet. Even without Echo, I haven't actually run him with Echo yet because my Echo isn't MLB yet, despite only having 6 and 6 skill uses. If there is a battery, he can get a lot of mileage from his counter and just his HP plus alone. While he does not offer any direct utility, his 80% defense down is really potent. I already said that, but just very good. Makes everyone hit harder. And yeah, I'm just gonna speed things up here so you don't get bored to death. So right now you can see that it's targeting 8, and 8 has the lowest HP. I just used Phantom Rush earlier, so he has the dodge debuff, the dodge buff. I only equipped some HP passives to get him the lowest HP out of this group, so that's basically how this is gonna go. Well, yes, this is in synergy, and he does get buffs from both Ramza and Yuffie. His damage output is really nice with the counter. His light speed jab plus, well, I didn't use it here, but it's an instant turn. and it gives him buff extension for 1 turn, so you can use it without being afraid of running out of buffs. And of course his EX hits surprisingly hard. Granted this is synergy, so yeah. I went with this team. I went with Yuffie just to be safe because I wasn't actually sure if I'm gonna be able to do this. So having the ability to dispel helps. Also, one thing is that his animation is really smooth. Like, it's nothing fancy, but it's just nice to look at. It's pretty much answer. Okay, there. He got hit for 9999 because when his second skill stands up, he takes 40% increased damage from both bravery and HP damage. So, and I don't have the dodge buff on him, which means that was like, yeah, that's the definition of high risk, high reward, I suppose. Like when I was actually farming the Ramu board, when I mismanage things, he can actually get one shot from Ramu when I don't have the freeze or the dodge active. So you really have to pay attention to what the boss is doing. Sometimes, like, if you're not being actively targeted, like, it might even be beneficial to just hold on to your EX for a while, because he gets pretty good damage from his light speed jab. Just being able to dodge a lot of things is helpful. Here I decided to summon a few things, because I noticed that first, on the previous turn, he used the debuff, so that's the very annoying debuff. It has a lot of stat down. So I have Yuffie, which I can throw it back, but he's also charging up his ultimate attack next, which I want to buy turns, so Yuffie can use the EX to bypass the buff that he gets. So first I will throw it back, and if I am not mistaken, the next turn, Yuffie's gonna get EX. So one thing about 8 is that he doesn't actually scale that well in summon. Like his skills usually have high enough overflow anyways, to not need the extra buff from the summon. And his skills doesn't really have that high of a hit count anyways. So if you want to optimize the summon with them, like just swap it out for someone else. But here I'm just using the summon to just buy an extra turn. And here you can see the EX recast is almost ready, so of course I'm not gonna waste a skill here. Right now, okay, right there, I want to just bring attention to something else. So let's see if I can get the timing right. Okay, you can see here it's bravery is now at 2800. If I use EX here, my next turn is here, so I sort of lose 1 turn of evasion since that the boss isn't gonna hit me during that turn. So, and I know after 1 or 2 turns, which I have here, Brothers is gonna return to I break, which means I can break and have 8 get his turn here. And that's where I will use EX to get the full turn of the dodge, because I already used additional ability twice. I have to be kind of careful here. So that's what I did. See, it's targeting 8 again because its AI is set to target the one with the lowest HP after its recast ability. I really like the visual flair of the brick side. I use the EX here just to get a little bit of a battery for 8, so his counter gets even more damage. So I should probably explain a little bit of things here. So right here, I see 8 has another turn here. His dodge is gonna run out after this turn. Though, like, even after using Light Speed Jab, it only extends it for 1 turn. So it's neutral at the end. His EX recast after 1 skill and 1 HP plus for Bravery plus. However, the Light Speed Jab, it's a free turn, so it does not give any EX recast. You can see here. Just pay attention here. Okay, that was way too fast. Okay, advance frame by frame. Come on. Come on. Okay. You just have to trust me there. The Light Speed Punch plus did not charge EX, but I know from this amount, using 1 skill is gonna recast the EX, and he has another turn here, so which is perfect. And I did not realize there's even a chase here. And it's also really perfect that Luffy has her EX up, so the next turn it's not gonna get any buffs. Amazon's here just to provide buffs, and yeah, because Brothers is magic ineffective, so he's the only physical buffer guy I have. I think like 8 is not the most interesting to watch if you're watching a video, but he's very fun to play. 8 skill 1 doesn't actually do a lot, it's only 2 hits. Okay, there is a little bit of a hiccup because after taking about 1k-ish damage, like 8 is no longer the one with the lowest HP. So from the next turn on, Brothers no longer target 8 after the recast ability, which is problematic, which is why I think I swapped Yuffie out for Setzer very soon. Okay, not here I suppose. Right, because I still need Yuffie to be on the field to get the debuff on. Now, okay. Friend Sister has higher HP than everyone else, though his AI is already locked in, it doesn't really matter. Ideally, I should have swapped him in faster, but this works. As long as Sister doesn't get HP damaged, it's fine, and because of freeze, he's not gonna get HP damaged. So because I said earlier that 8 skill 1 actually doesn't do a lot, it actually functions as a quick charge for his EX most of the time, because like it's Brave gain into 2 hits, which is basically the same as his HP++, and doesn't really have a debuff to go with it, so yeah. Oh yeah, and Brothers is actually immune to any type of turn delay. Which is slightly annoying. I did not choose to use EX there because it's magic ineffective, so it's not gonna do much battery anyways. And here is when you can actually see the dodge shine, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to shave down this amount of bravery. Though like you really have to watch out here. If you don't pay attention, the dodge buff is gonna run out right here. That's why I have actually saved one use of his additional ability here. And EX is ready next turn. Which is just perfect. I was debating on using Setzer's additional ability, just so he swaps out with Yuffie back in, but his turn order is pretty neat here. If Yuffie comes back here, she can throw the debuff back. Since when it's not recast full, like if this bar is not full and it's targeting all, it's gonna use the debuff attack, which you want to throw back, or just not want to get debuffed by it because it's fucking annoying. Yeah, and without Yuffie, this frame buff here reduces bravery damage taken by a ton. So, yeah. And it's pretty nice that Setzer also dodged. So here, what did I do? Here is a tricky part because Yuffie's back as the one with the least amount of HP here, so she's gonna be targeted. And she cannot afford to be broken because you need her to dispel the buff later and to also just shave down the brave. So here I think I just do bravery plus to be safe. Yep. Thanks to Setzer though, there was a freeze on it, so it was easier to break. Though like he's still taking reduced HP damage. So now if dispels, and it's pretty much just kill the boss right here. Yeah, so that was the fight. Brothers Ultimate with 8 and Ramza providing a free turn and Yuffie just dealing with the main mechanic. It's actually probably doable if I use Ace to a better effect with this dodge and have another battery, so I don't really have to deal with his bravery gain at all. Maybe like I have Y'shtola for even a better turn delay, but not being able to dispel the bravery reduction buff on Brothers is really annoying, so that's why I went with Yuffie still. And just being able to just negate his own buffs is pretty nice. But yeah, that's 8 and Brothers, I suppose. I suppose I should just end this here. I don't really have much else to say.